Get ready to lace up. We're taking you inside high school basketball, your home team, your rivals, inside the action, inside the excitement, inside all the games that count. Taking you inside high school basketball like no one else can. This is Inside High School Sports with Pat Doney.
Welcome to Inside High School Sports. I am Pat Doney. The girls' postseason is underway, and we have plenty of highlights. But we start with boys' district titles and playoff spots up for grabs, including in 10-6A, where it was a bit clustered at the top. 3 teams had a chance at the crown, and 2 of them went at it on the last day of the regular season. And that's why Rockwall at Mesquite Horn is our Whataburger Game of the Week. Senior night for Mesquite Horn, hoping to go into the playoffs as district champions. This was a tight game into the third quarter. Horn up 1 when Ethan Williams finds Zayden Owens for the wide open layup. Rockwall comes right back on the other end, though, when Devon Turner uses a Euro step and scores. Under a half-minute left in the third, and this was a big shot by Jordan Vasquez to open up the margin a little bit. Horn led 34-30 after the third. The Jags scored the first 2 baskets in the fourth to stretch the lead to 8 before Turner stopped the bleeding with a drive to the bucket. It was 38-32 Horn. On the other end, Montreal Chalmers taking a jab step to test the defense and then knocks down a 3, nothing but net, the lead back out to 9. Rockwall was hanging in there, and this was just a beautiful play. Caden Townsend tossing the alley-oop to Corbin Brown. Nice play, but the night and the district title belong to Mesquite Horn. They outscore the Yellow Jackets by 13 in the fourth quarter to win it 51-34 the final. Arlington Bowie taking on Martin, and the stakes were high. Win and you're in the postseason, lose and the season ends. First quarter, Martin's R.J. Mitchell dribbles to his favorite spot at the top of the key and drops a 3 on him. Bowie's Bryce Kenny dribbling to his right, but makes a quick move to his left and then knocks down a difficult one-hander in the lane. The Vols are up by 3. And then the quick movement off the inbounds pass with Jace Cooper cutting into the lane. Those are easy points there. Bowie extends the lead to 6. The Warriors' Jason Matheson goes right down Broad Street and scores on the lefty layup as Martin did not want to see it season end. Finally, a little inside-out play from the Warriors. Zion Cato passes out of the post to William Warren for the 3 ball. Arlington Martin is headed to the playoffs with a 54-49 victory. A big one out at Creekview as 7th-ranked South Grand Prairie was taking on Denton Braswell. First quarter, Talia Parker, the Texas A&M commit, pulls up from the elbow for the short jumper. Lady Warriors up 7-6. The Lady Bengals went bombs away after that. First, Michaela Vation from the corner. She finished with 14 points. Then it's Kamora Watson from way deep. It's going to drop in, and Braswell has a 15-12 lead. Parker would then dish inside to Taylor Barnes, who dribbles back outside. Watch her turn around and drop the mid-range jumper right here. That's pure. Barnes led all scorers with 21. And a little later, she lulls her defender asleep and then takes it to the rack for another score. South Grand Prairie would advance in a close one, 52-47 the final. Rockwall and Duncanville played their second round game Thursday night in Forney. The Pantherettes were wearing jerseys that read The City, and Chloe Mann represents the city well with the layup for the first points of the game. A few minutes later, Jasmine Gibson is going to be open for 3 and showing off her range with the NBA range tray. Great shot there. Final seconds of the first half, and freshman Natalie Barrett gets the shot off just in time, and it goes. Rockwall led 14-10 after the first 8 minutes. Duncanville got going in the second quarter, though. Mariah Clayton dropping in a corner 3, and then moments later, Chloe Mann going to score again. Duncanville outscored Rockwall by 41 in the last 3 quarters, and they win it 72-35. Saxe and Cedar Hill now. A win in the area round would be number 300 for Cedar Hill coach Nicole Collins. Saxe scored the first 7 points of the second half. Great back cut by Camille Logan to get open for the layup. Saxe up 26-17. Cedar Hill responds by going on a 13-0 run. This shot by Taylor Craver in the lane gave the Lady Longhorns a 27-26 lead. Now in the fourth, Craver passes to John A. Gooden. who quickly finds a wide open Trinity Thomas for the bucket. A 16-2 run by Cedar Hill to take a 5-point lead. Saxe weathers the storm. And when Cherish Thompson found Kaylin Anderson for the jumper, the lead was down to just 1 with 3 minutes to play. But Cedar Hill made its free throws, and this little layup by Rylan Jones was a dagger. Cedar Hill wins 49-45. Congratulations to Coach Collins for her 300th win. Highland Park girls facing Anna in an area round playoff game. Allen on the break early, and there's Simone Richmond spotting up in the corner for 3. Splash. The Lady Eagles up 12-4. For Highland Park, it's Tyler Corwin finding the lane to the bucket and taking it all the way in for the layup. Lady Scots cut the lead to 1. Allen just kept on running, though. Real nice ball movement here until Mahogany Jackson Walker gets the easy layup. She scored 10. The Lady Eagles were up 14-11 after 1. They really stepped it up in the second quarter. Sky Pep with the pickpocket move to help Allen win the defensive title belt award this week. Pep would take it all the way for 2. Allen advances to the third round with a 52-33 victory. WT White with its 29-3 record taking on Frisco Lone Star in an area round game. Lone Star got off to a great start, but Kendall Foster gets the pass in the lane, and she pulls up for a jumper here. Rangers up 20-12 in the second quarter. Longhorns would keep plugging away. Ida Gaye uses the excellent pick to have a free lane to the hoop. That's about as easy as you'll get. Later, it's Leslie Anissa. Open for 3, and that's good. WT White bringing it back to a 1-point game. End of the first half. A little mix-up on the inbounds, and it goes through Gaye's legs right to Tyler Perez, who scores. The Rangers have the lead at the half, but WT White takes care of business in the second half. Gaye dribbling into the paint, throwing up the right-handed hook shot here. The Longhorns reached the regional quarterfinals for the first time ever with a 45-39 win. All right, the boys' TAPS playoffs start next week as well, and one of the favorites is John Paul II, and their star player, Bryson McLaughlin, is this week's Parker University MVP.
At John Paul II, Bryson McLaughlin is one of the most versatile small forwards in the private school ranks. McLaughlin can score at all 3 levels and helped lead the Cardinals to the co-championship in TAPS 6A Division I. Bryson averaged over 22 points a game and 8 rebounds a contest his senior season and shot 54% from the field. John Paul II is a favorite in the upcoming TAPS playoffs, and with Bryson leading the way, the Cardinals could find themselves in the championship game. After the season concludes, McLaughlin will be headed to the University of Richmond for his college ball.
The guy just scores in so many ways, and he made a little juke move on us with the hair change with the bobblehead here now too. But congratulations, man! What do we think of the bobblehead? I think it's pretty good, other than the hair change that you pulled on us.
No, I like it. Sometimes I switch it up, but I'll always be back to this during the game. So
no doubt, and it's well deserved, man. It's been so fun to watch you play. You are a huge reason why your team has a chance to make a deep run. More on that in a second. But I want to talk about your versatility, because you are a guy who can score inside, outside, play 4 different positions. How do you think that helps you dominate the game in so many different ways?
Yeah, I think being versatile really just helps me whenever a team tries to game plan and stop me. Being able to have other things to go to, like if my shot's not falling, being able to get inside, or if they're sagging off, then being able to shoot it.
And you mentioned if your shot's not falling, but that doesn't happen very often. All right, he's being humble here now. You are a big-time scorer, and I want to know about you not being afraid of the big moments, because that's what we've heard, that you are not someone who's going to shy away from being the guy that your team can rely on in those ways.
Yes, sir. I think it just comes from preparation and knowing that my teammates and my coach trust me, and I trust in myself. Just being able to step up and make stuff happen.
Yeah, making stuff happen, not just you personally, but your team as well. As we mentioned, you guys have a great chance to potentially win a championship this year, and you've been on the doorstep in the past. Being that close, how hungry does that make this JP2 team right now feel going into the playoffs?
Very. I think being right there, just tasting it, makes everyone just even more hungry. We all want it really bad.
Ready for that? Want it really bad? After you're done with high school, you're headed to Richmond, though. And I want to know really quickly about the Spiders program. Why was that the right place to play college basketball? Because you had a lot of options, and you picked Richmond among a few.
Yes, sir. The Spiders were the perfect fit for me. The people that are there are people I feel like want to help me grow, and I like being around them. The basketball is the offense they play is a Princeton-style offense, and I feel like it fits my game really well because it's a lot of movement, a lot of passing, a lot of cutting, and it works. Everyone eats off of it, and it's hard to guard. Then on the school side, it's a highly academic school. It's prestigious, and I mean, it's in the capital of Virginia. It's beautiful. So
beautiful
everything
place.
checked out.
A lot of things and a lot of reasons why it was the right place. Big things ahead for this guy. But before you get there, man, good luck in the playoffs. So excited to see what you all do there coming up, and congratulations on the bobblehead. Thank you for being with us here today.
Thank you, sir.
West Mesquite hosted Petite Tuesday. A Wrangler win would create a 4-way tie for first place. First quarter, the Pirates take a 6-point lead on this transition layup by Braden Haney, who ended up on the floor, but his team led 11-6. West scored 5 in a row to tie it up. Isaiah Martin passes to Demias Williams for the bucket, and it was tied at 11. Final seconds of the first quarter, Dwayne Moten working his way baseline and hits a little floater off the glass just before the buzzer sounds. But the second quarter belonged to the Wranglers. 4 players touched the ball in a 3-second span, leading to a 3-pointer by Braylon McGee. West used a big second quarter to pull away and beat Poteet 62-49. 4 teams tie for first, and after tiebreakers, West is the 2 seed and Poteet is the 3 seed. A second-round 4A girls matchup at North Forney. Van taking on Sunnyvale. Lady Raiders start quickly. Kirby Cash to Ali Makeda in the far corner. That's good. Then good defense. Nalaya Gordon with the steal to Makeda. Sunnyvale up 19-5 early. Van had trouble with Cash all night. Watch the sweet Euro step getting it to go. A couple trips later, Cash was money again, splitting the defenders and flipping it off the window. They're up 10 at the break. Second half, they pull away. Destiny Arinze ahead to Makeda for the easy 2, and then later Cash to Makeda. Underneath, she's going to miss her shot, but get her own board, draw the and one. Sunnyvale wins its 13th straight, 58-36, and will face Lincoln in the next round. All right, the UIL playoffs for the boys begin on Monday. There are plenty of favorites in the North Texas area. Kenny Matthews from Friday Night Glory joining us now to break down some teams to look out for. Kenny, appreciate you joining us, man. We have to start, of course, in 6A, the biggest story in basketball in DFW, Plano East, finishing 33-0 this regular season. But we all know the regular season and postseason, those are 2 completely different animals. Do we think the Panthers have what it takes to get it done, get to the Alamo Dome, and then who could be their biggest competition trying to stop them from getting there?
I think this is a year for Plano East, simply for playing Lake Collins last year in that tough loss there in the second round, 63-60 to the eventual state champion. They've had a mission since that day one to come through. Got 10 guys been playing with each other since the 3rd grade together. They play extremely hard defense. Coach Webster has that team buying into the team concept, which is huge this time of year. I think the real X factor is DJ Hall, the big man down low. If he keeps dominating and controlling the paint the way he does, it's going to be extremely tough for them not to be cutting down the nets in San Antonio.
And that's going to be the question, is can they keep the undefeated run going? That is something that is very hard to do, as you and I both know. I want to go to 5A now. Lancaster is the state's #1 team as well. They really haven't seen a lot of competition, though, since district play got going. What do you like about them, and what other DFW 5A teams do we need to keep our eye on as the postseason begins?
Well, if you're going to say Lancaster, you got to say Dylan Matee. I mean, goodness, son of NBA Tony Petit. I mean, he's a great player. Another team that's motivated, losing in the regional finals to Kimball last year, the eventual state champion. I think that's also one of those things you keep in the offseason that makes you work hard to get back, to make sure you don't have that feeling again for them. And I mean, Coach Douglas, he always has his team ready to play. I love their length. I love their athleticism. I think they're going to be in San Antonio. And once they get to San Antonio, it's going to be hard to win it, but I think they will get out of the region. Any
other 5A teams that you got your eye on right now that you think are some teams that we need to be paying attention to other than Lancaster going into potentially making that run there?
Well, I mean, you've got to like North. I like Lone Star.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do. I mean, we've got to like the Trent Prairie kid, the super sophomore. He's played extremely well. I like the way they play defense. I love also the way that they rebound the basketball too. And they've got a lot of perimeter shooting. I think that's going to be really, really big for them in Lone Star. And I think that if you're going to say anything, you're probably going to have to say, Elson 5A, goodness gracious.
Well, let's get to 4A, because I do want to make sure that we mention Eastern Hills as well.
Yes.
Because they're #1 in the state, and they've got a tough path with Faith Family there, and But Eastern Hills, what a great story. Talk a little about them and tell us what makes them so special.
Well, Coach Miller's really got this bunch playing at a very high level. I know their strength of schedule has not been very good, obviously, but what they've been able to do is pound those teams in submission. They're beating them by 30 and 5 and 40 points is what you're supposed to be able to do. They're very athletic. I love the Alex Barther kid. I think that he's a phenomenal player for them. It'll be interesting as the competition does, kind of step up a little bit if they could raise their game back up to that, because that's kind of hard to do sometimes. But I think they are so athletic and they come at you in such many ways. I think they can do it.
And then some dark horses that maybe you have your eye on. Of course, we're always looking for these upsets. Who are some dark horses that you're looking out for potentially going to the playoffs?
Well, in 4A, I mean, is this the year that Carter can finally get over the Faith family hump in the regional finals? I mean, Carter could probably lay claim that they've been the second best 4A team the last 3 years. They've lost the eventual champion in the regional finals the last 3 years. I mean, anytime you got Mr. Purrier on your team, I mean, you got a chance to beat a lot of people for sure. Another team that I was probably thinking about is that Faith family, people are not really talking about them because their record wasn't very impressive at the beginning of the year. They played a difficult schedule. But, I mean, Faith family with Coach Brandon, I mean, you can't ever go against Brandon Thomas. He's won 3 out of the last 5 years. And I would also say the one team you probably need to pay attention to is a 6A team is Duncanville. Coach Peavy has won 28 straight playoff games.
I cannot believe we're saying Faith family and Duncanville are the dark horses, but it really does feel that way. It is wild. It's going to be an awesome postseason. Kenny Matthews from Friday Night Glory. Man, appreciate you being in studio. Can't wait to get it going.
Thank you, Pat.
All right, when we return, we're going to go next level with some players to watch as well in the boys' playoff season. Stay with us.
My name is Taryn Barnes. I'm a power forward for South Lake Carroll, and my community is better because of my physics teacher and forensics teacher, Dr. Nicole Owens. She's always there. She's a helping hand, and she just makes learning, especially physics, just incredible. I can't imagine going through high school without her.
It's time for our Golden Chick Next Level, where Sean McFarland from the Dallas Morning News gives us some players to watch in the playoffs.
In this year's postseason, Plano East's DJ Hall, Duncanville's Caden Edwards, and Faith family's Dorian Onwuchekwa have a chance to lead their teams to greatness. Hall, a 3-star recruit, has helped Plano East reach heights the program had never been before. They recorded an undefeated regular season, and they're ranked number 3 in the country by Max Preps and number 24 by ESPN. Hall, a junior whose lone scholarship offers from Texas State, has been a driving force behind that. He leads Plano East with 15.4 points and 7 rebounds per game, and for his team to escape a loaded region, he'll need to be even better than that. At Duncanville, Edwards has a chance to certify himself as a program great. He was a freshman on the team that included Anthony Black and Ron Holland. He played last season with KJ Lewis, who's breaking out at Arizona. Now it's his turn. They didn't compete in last year's playoffs due to UIL sanctions. Their state title from the year prior was stripped too. It'll be kind of a revenge tour for the Panthers, and Edwards, who's a 4-star recruit with offers from Texas, Auburn, and Arkansas, can be the one to lead that charge. And Onwuchekwa, he's been a wrecking ball at Faith family the last 3 seasons and has already won 2 4A state titles. The 6'10" center is one of the best big men in the state and proved last season that he can shine on the playoff level. He had a double-double with 15 points and 15 rebounds in last year's state title game against Houston, Washington. He's only gotten better since, and that's a good thing for Faith family. Dallas-Fort Worth has dominated in the playoffs over this last decade. Just last season, 3 teams brought back 3 titles to the Metroplex. Plano East, Duncanville, and Faith family can do the same again this year.
That's it for this week's show. We leave you with our Kroger Plays of the Week.